You can grow more. November 26, 2013. Your very nature, the foundation of who you are, as an important member of this incredible universe, is the wisdom, power and love that flows through every cell and particle of your being. You know and understand the greatest wisdom comes from what you glean from the experiences you have surpassed. It is also true, dear ones, that not every person demonstrates their wisdom, and even few strive to attain higher knowledge of themselves or of the world around them. We do encourage you to find your learning through well-written books and texts, with the understanding what is found within the pages is not all that attributes to your ever-growing wisdom. There is a great value to wisdom. As you reflect back to the mistakes made, you instantly realize the immense learning you have attained, and the wisdom you reached is insurmountable and unfound by mere book learning alone or from having higher intelligence. As you look back and see all that you have accomplished, you also see the mistakes that could have been avoided by making different choices. It takes making the mistake in order to see the wisdom within the situation, within yourself, within others and within your global backyard. The past cannot be undone, but there is a great amount of learning to be found, and the teaching, dear ones, aids to your ever-expanding wisdom and of the evolution of yourself. When you look ahead, it is important to use wisdom when choosing which path or direction to take. Wisdom is thoughtfulness joined with the ability to make good choices. A perversion of your wisdom, dear ones, is arrogance. When dear souls come from an arrogant stance, they tend to assume and put themselves on imagined pedestals with the notion they are superior and wiser than anyone else. It is when dear souls misplace their faith and personal power within such beliefs of themselves that repel people that don't have the same ideals, leaving other more sensitive dear souls feeling hurt, upset and possibly angry. When you believe that you know everything, you do not permit room for further growth or development. There is no room for fresh insight to enter. The dear soul who demonstrates arrogance is unable to make good decisions only because this dear soul is driven by their ego and not by the pure love of their heart. There are many dear souls among you that are now half aware. They are living much from routine combined with an accumulation of experience, and much of what has been learned from the dear souls that are half aware does not get fully digested, and they find it difficult to retain the information discovered. Comprehend, dear ones, years on a person does not necessarily make a person wise, nor does knowledge found within the texts of a book. By not being fully aware, significant blind spots can continue, illustrating areas within your life's journey that have been ignored, even if this overlooked information and knowledge was done intentionally or unknowingly. Suffering is well determined to awaken many dear souls to their authentic self and to discovering their truth and with their contact with life. It is through the experience of suffering that you are able to learn so much of yourself. You are able to discover just how strong you are when faced with adversity. You learn how to persevere, how to continue and rise above judgment and criticism by learning to believe in yourself and grow from the self-knowledge you gain from each experience you encounter. It is through the sacred self-knowledge you gain understanding, and through your ability to truly understand your awareness spikes. Yet suffering is not your only way to gain wisdom. When you consciously choose to work with the divine presence of God, you willingly are putting yourself in contact with your inner self in order to grow through His guidance. Learning to maintain contact with your inner self and with the rest of your life makes you skillful. The more you are able to make better choices and taking full responsibility for the choices you make, the more skillful as a decision maker you become. When you are fully awake, you are living consciously. There is a precious stillness and peace that surrounds you and is found within you. The inner peace that is present brings forth your ability to observe and to progress forward conscientiously and with integrity. Being able to fully see any situation for what it is through your careful observance enables understanding, and this understanding will help bring about better possible outcomes. As you move and flow from a fully conscious stance, you are permitting yourself to being totally aware of the continuous field of consciousness and awareness, which holds everyone and everything, a unity that is sacred that also provides an inner knowing of a situation or person that is not based on external descriptions or mannerisms alone. When you are able to determine the most effective path for you to take, your conscience empowers you to choose a path over other easier paths. This is where your wisdom comes into play, dear ones. You are able to observe without bias what is the right thing to do within any circumstance without dramatizing, being under-responsive, practicing avoidance, trying to retract words or actions already done, or from making a wrong choice. This kind of wisdom works in agreement with prudence and sound judgment-making skills. Understand, dear ones, your growth and development is derived from a total result of all your inner work and of your responsibility of your actions. Sometimes you do not see your wisdom growing. It occurs in the background as you work through your situations and challenges. Becoming aware of the increased depth and level of your wisdom comes to many by surprise, and it is a wonderful surprise after all the toiling you have done thus far. Awakening to your newly discovered growth also awakens you to the potential that you can grow even more. The more aware you come to realize you are able to live in time, timeless, or you can live in both. Understandably, dear ones, most of your life is in time. In the vastness of your modern world, you are easily fascinated by material things and high-tech gadgets. By being drawn to the external things that is so distracting, you become less in tune with your inner self and more in tune with the outer world. The more you learn to live in a balance of time and timelessness, the more you are able to give what is necessary for your external, daily life, and your inner self and inner life is being met with what it needs to maintain a steady pace of peace and calm. Wisdom is something that is inherent, it is a part of you that is developed over time, and it doesn't evolve or change quickly. Contemplating your journey up to now, observing the results discovered, and by observing your own actions as well as the actions of others will contribute to your wisdom. Learning to follow the encouragement of your conscience. Doing the right thing, even if that right thing and choice is pleasant or not, is essential to the continual development of not only yourself but of your wisdom. As you practice patience within all your encounters and challenges, you are able to contemplate the consequences of any action that you do. As you learn to listen to your intuition, you learn to determine if the choice you are to make is correct or not. Continue to pursue living in the present and to enhance your presence within the deepened state peace provides you, as you become better at demonstrating power, love and wisdom at every turn. And so it is. I am Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com